Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia Malik and I am a personal finance blogger. If this is the first time you're watching me, I would like to welcome you to my channel and would like to tell you that I teach people how they can manage their money better, and the aim behind my blog is to make people aware that they can live a debt-free life. Today's video is gonna revolve around the topic that everybody is looking information for, and people are really confused about the stimulus package that has been rolling out since the end of March 2020. And I'm going to be breaking down all the information that you need to know related to the eligibility and the amount of the stimulus package. And also, there are some important things that we need to look in order to qualify for that stimulus package. Before going into the detail, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be making more videos related to this topic, because this financial situation is changing every day, and these stimulus package announcements, and if there are more coming, they're going to be updating every day, and I'm going to be updating as soon as the information comes out. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, or comment in this video if you have any questions. So before going into the detail, I would like to explain why this stimulus package is rolling out and why we need to have the stimulus checks coming to the people. With the coronavirus that has been started since the end of last year, people have been losing jobs, businesses are being shut. There are so many businesses that are being closed, people are forced to work from home, and in a bigger picture, each and every person is affected one way or the other. Most of the people are being affected in a financial situation, and that's why, in order to help these people and in order to help Americans to stay financially safe, the government is giving out these stimulus checks. It's very important for us to know that who is eligible for these checks, and also how to use these checks. So first, I'm gonna be going through different numbers that you need to know in order for you to understand if you qualify for these stimulus checks. First of all, we're going to be talking about the eligibility and the numbers that you need to know in order to be able to know if you are going to get these checks. So we're going to go through the different income numbers, and I'm going to be telling you who is eligible and based on the income that they have. The stimulus check amount for 2020 in adults for adults is $1,200 for each person, and if you are married or you're a couple, you are gonna be getting $2,400 um, as a couple. And if you have any additional dependent children in the household, then you're going to be getting $500 for each child. But you have to make sure, you have to understand that the children are going to be dependent only if they are 17 and under. Anybody else in the household is not going to be applicable for this package or this stimulus, these payments, because as long as they are not dependent on you, they are not eligible for that. So the income threshold for this phase of stimulus checks is, if you are a single, then it is 75,000 in adjusted gross income. If you had 75,000 in as an income, then you are going to be eligible for that. For heads of the household, it is 112,500. 150,000 for the married couples who are filing jointly, and anybody who has an income more than 99,000 as a single, or 198,000 for couples who have no children, they are completely phased out of this stimulus package. They are not going to get anything. So the current bill requires you to have your taxes filed for 2019, and if you haven't for any reason filed those taxes for 2019, they're going to base these payments on the 2018 return. So there are some other people who are also going to get these stimulus payments, and those are low income taxpayers, senior citizens, social security recipients, some veterans, and individuals with disabilities who usually do not file a tax return. They are going to get these stimulus checks, but they have to go on IRS website, and they have a non-filer stimulus check form that you can fill out. It's very important to fill that out because these payments are gonna be done. They're gonna be done processing them by May 2nd. So if you haven't filed the taxes before, and if you haven't, if you were not required to do that before, you need to file for this stimulus packages, this stimulus payment on the IRS website itself. I can leave the link in the comments and you can go ahead and check that out. Basically, you just have to go on a non-filer stimulus check form where you're going to be filling it out. And for those people who are on Social Security, the IRS will use the information on the form SSA 1099 or the form RRB 1099 to see if they are going to be eligible for that. This includes the senior citizens, Social Security recipients, and the railroad retirees who are not otherwise required to file a tax return. So they're going to be processing it through those forms. Since our IRS would not have information regarding any dependents for these people, each person would receive $1,200 per person without the additional amount of any dependents at this time. So if you have any dependents, or if there is somebody else that you are taking care of, you need to let them know. You need to go on IRS and let them know that you have other people that are dependent on you. If you need any, if you need to add any dependents or update any dependents to qualify, you can also use this form that is on the IRS website, and that is called non-filer stimulus check info form. That's where you can add your dependents. So for those people who are on SSDI, according to this law, they will also get the payments. And the people whose income comes entirely from non-taxable benefits, such as SSDI benefits, those people are also going to be getting these payments. And there is no action required, and your check will be delivered in the way that you normally get the your benefits, or whatever form. If it's a direct deposit, you're going to get your benefits without even applying, and if you get them via check, you need to look out for the check. And this is for the people who are on SSDI. The only exception that you need to know is about the dependents. So if you have any dependents, then you have to fill the form that is on IRS, and that is called a non-filer stimulus check info form. There's a good news for the people who are on SSI. IRS announced that those people who receive supplemental security income, which is SSI, will automatically receive the automatic economic impact payments or stimulus checks. So they don't need to do anything. They're just going to get that directly from the IRS. Also, for the people on SSI, if you have any eligible dependents, you need to file a simple tax return. You can also enter the dependent information if you are on SSI non-filer and have dependents that are eligible. So this needs to be done as soon as possible. And if you haven't done it, you should do it as soon as possible. And the payments that will go out are gonna go out by early May. So it's very important that you do it as soon as possible. Veterans and their beneficiaries who receive compensation and pension benefit payments from VA will be receiving $1,200 too, as a stimulus payment, and they don't need to do any action on their part. And timing on these payments is still being determined, because they are trying to do it as soon as possible. But it really, with all these people who need to be paid, it can get a little bit later, but they are aiming for mid of May to get done with all these payments. The last thing that we have to be very careful about is that to know that if you are going to have to pay this amount back. For all the people who got the stimulus checks, they do not have to pay this amount back. But the only thing that we have to remember is that we have to claim this on our 2020 taxes. Anybody who has given the IRS the incorrect information, or the situation has changed during this time, they might have to pay some of the amount back. But other than that, most of the people, they do not need to pay that back. Or if there were any changes in your earnings that were not met with the threshold that they are presenting right now, then you might have to pay this amount back. But as long as you remain in the um, right threshold of income, and you have filed all the information correctly, the amount of dependents that you have, the number of dependents, and everything else is correct, you do not have to pay that back. The only thing that you need to remember is that you just have to claim it on your 2020 taxes. I hope this information is helpful. I am going to be talking about other stimulus programs in my next videos, and I'm gonna try to keep you updated with all the things that are coming on everyday basis. So if you haven't filed your stimulus, the first round of stimulus checks, you really have to go to the website, the IRS website, and try to navigate with where do you need to put the information. This is the money that you have paid in taxes, and you're completely eligible for that. And the reason why the government is trying to get these checks out is to help you. So if you are in any financial crunch situation, or if you think that you are going to be in a financial unstable situation, then you are eligible for that. And I don't want you to lose them just because you did not file your the number of dependents, or you didn't file the information correctly. So if you haven't filed the taxes for the last year, you have to make sure that you have the right information. So as soon as you give them the right information, you're going to have your stimulus check arriving in your mail, or whatever direct deposit that you did for the last year. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box. I would try to reply to them as soon as possible. I am going to be making more videos because there are more stimulus packages that are being presented in front of the government, and they are still working on it. We are going to be talking about those in my next videos. Until then, I hope this information helps. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so you get the information as soon as my new video is uploaded. Also, like the video or share this information with your friends and family who are also confused about what these stimulus checks are all about. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in my next video. Thanks.